The hunt continues for the remaining 6 nickels I need to complete this album. We have episode 13, and we have boxes 19 and 20. Stay tuned. Maybe we can find some of these. Maybe even one of them. Hey collectors, thanks for watching. I'm the Collector of Coins, and that's right, we are continuing with episode 13 of our pursuit to complete this Jefferson Nickels album dated 1938 to 1961. We have boxes 19 and 20 up front. We just need these 6 more, but they are the hardest to find. We're also looking for Buffalo nickels. We haven't come across those in a while, so we're going to hope that we can find something of interest. Either way, we're going to pull out any nickel dated 1950 or earlier, or anything cool to look at. And as we get this box over to open up, I'm hoping that you would consider, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like my content. And as always, please consider turning on notifications so you don't miss anything. And my struggle with these lids continues. Let me put down the camera to get this open. Now I can open up box 19, and we can take a look to see if there's anything cool on the ends. Now we have found in the past a Buffalo nickel ender, and we've also found a silver war nickel ender, but I'm not seeing anything jump out. There are quite a few old nickels in here, and some really funky colored ones as well. All right. Let's get this started. I'll pull you in if and when there's something good to look at. All right, we got our first find of this 2-box hunt. Coming out of box 19, roll 4, 1946, Philadelphia. And we can look for the double dive reverse variety. I'll pull you in if we see anything interesting. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going. All right, we got our second find of this hunt. This comes out of roll 5, 1941. Philadelphia? Yeah. I think that's just dirt. Yeah, we can get a better look at it. It's not a mint mark. It is just dirt or a toning of some kind. But there we go, 1941 from Philadelphia. All right, we got our third find of this hunt. It comes out of roll 10, 1940, San Francisco. Yeah, we had a double check underneath the microscope. Definitely San Francisco. Well, we just finished going through roll 11. These two are at the bottom. A 1941 out of Philadelphia and a 1948 Denver. So we have 5 finds in 11 rolls. We have another 1940. This comes out of roll 13, and this is from Philadelphia. We just opened up roll 16, and I was fanning it out. We see a silver war nickel. 1943, pretty nice shape. We need the Denver for the album. Oh, holy cow. All right, we got it. Nice. We just got another one for the album. 1943 from Denver. And we can cross that one off the list. All right, one closer to finishing. All right. We can make it official. Moving around on me, but I'll clean that up in a second. All right, that's better. I'm going to pop this in the album. I'm kind of excited. All right, here's the album, and here's the space for the 1943 out of Denver that we just found. I mean, at 15 million, it's not a low mintage, but it is the lowest mintage of all of the silver war nickels, and generally speaking, a lot of the silver war nickels have been pulled out of circulation, so that's a great find. Really nice. All right, let's get on to the key dates. Well, I made a mess of that roll as I pulled it out, and this is incredible. Same roll as at 43 Denver. Hello, my friend. It's been a while since we found one of you. Do we have a date? Not at all. We have a mystery buffalo. Well, that might be... That's on a mound, so that might be a type 1. Let me double check. Sometimes we want to see what we want to see. Yeah, this is not a type 1. It's not on a raised ground. It's on the plains. But hey, we got a buffalo nonetheless. We might liquidate it, or we just might leave it as such. We'll figure that out at the end of the hunt. But there we go. What else does this roll have in store? Roll 17 has a 1940 from San Francisco inside of it. Hey, collectors, we're going to do a little reenactment of roll 21 because I grabbed it like this, and then I did this, and I wanted you to see the buffalo ender. It was not facing up, but there it is. Second buffalo of the hunt. Looks like it's in rough shape, but let's crack this open and see if there's a date. All right, we have it open. We have it fanned out. I didn't see any other buffaloes at quick glance. So let's pay attention to this one. Don't see a mint mark. Oh, here we go. And don't see a date. Our second dateless buffalo nickel of the hunt. But we will take it and we'll move on. Hiding out in roll 21 is a 1939. Fortunately, it's not the Denver or San Francisco that we're looking for, but we can see if this is the double die reverse. All right, well, what we're looking at is machine doubling here. This is not the double die. Oh, sorry. Does kind of look doubled, but the markers on the double die is actually on Monticello. If I could find that. Oh, I'm all lost now. Yeah, here we go. And there is no doubling on Monticello. Sorry for not staying aligned here, but that's not the double die, and it's usually very prominent on the 5 and the cents. We're not seeing it. It's just damage. So we do have an early Jefferson find. It's just not one of the ones we need. Roll 25 had 2 more Jefferson nickel finds from the 40s, 1940 from Denver, and 1941 from Philadelphia. All right, not including the 1943 D that we needed for the album, we have 10 finds in the 40s and 2 Buffalo Nickels halfway into just box number 1 of this hunt, which is box 19 for the series. Let's keep going. Let's hope the finds pile up. Let's hope we find more of the coins that we need. Hey, collectors, we're into roll 33. We have an interesting find here. 1971 from San Francisco. This looks like a regular business strike given the wear, but this was a proof coin. 1971 San Francisco was not minted for circulation. It was minted as a proof coin with just around 3 million, just over 3 million minted. So this is a pretty cool low mintage find. All right. Looks pretty rough. Oh, and it's got the ring of death. So this has been in rolls a couple of times. But hey, we'll take it. It's kind of unique because it should not be in circulation. And we'll get back to this hunt. All right, roll 39 gives us a 1949 from Denver. Roll 46 gives us a 1947 from Philadelphia. Well, looky here. Roll 48 gives us 2 more finds. Our third buffalo of the hunt, very polished. But we have a date, and it looks like it's 1928 from Philadelphia. And we got a 1939, but it is not the key date. I'll check this for the double die. I'll only bring you in if we have something to look at. Okay, here we are. Roll 50, another find. Pretty much with a weird raised rim, which I have to look that up. That's a type of error. It might be a collar type error. But this is a 1941 from Philadelphia. Okay, I don't think this is an error. It kind of looks like it could be damage of some kind because the rest of the coin is pretty much intact. Anyway, it's our final find of our first box of this hunt, box 19. Let's do a quick wrap up and then we'll move on to box 20. All right, here's the wrap up. So aside from the fact that we did find the 1943 Denver Silver War Nickel, which was needed for the album and is now in the album, the highlights of the hunt are these 4 coins. 3 Buffalo Nickels, really fantastic. We haven't come across Buffalo Nickels in circulation in a while. 2 no dates, 1 polished with a date, and a 1971 from San Francisco circulated proof coin. These I'm pulling out of circulation. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 finds from the 30s and 40s. Nothing super special here. These will go back in circulation and will crack into the next box shortly. Stay tuned. Let's see if we can find any more nickels that should be taken out of circulation for collectors or are needed for the album. Let's crack this box open. All right, well, let me get a little bit of assistance here. And we'll see if there's anything exciting on the ends. Is it too much to hope for more Buffalo Nickels? Well, we don't see any Buffalo Nickels on these ends, but we do know that the last box had one on the other end of a roll. All right, well, let's get started, and I'll pull you in if we have anything cool to find, or if we find anything cool. Hey, collectors, we got our first find in box 2, well, box 20 of the series. This comes out of roll 13, and it's a 1941 from Philadelphia. Very worn. We also have a side find, a really good looking 1954 from San Francisco. Look at the strike on that S. Well, the second box is off to a slow start. We're now into roll 17, which this is, and we have a find in that roll. 1947 from Philadelphia. Hey, collectors, we just went through roll 21 in the second box here, and we found a Canadian nickel, 1965. So grab my Canadian nickel album, and we need the 1965. And what's interesting is that there's a small beads and large beads variety. I'm going to have to research and look up what to look for specifically. I mean, I have a vague sense of an idea, but I need a reference image to make sure I properly attribute this to either the small or large beads. But pretty cool. We're trying to fill my nickel album, and we found something needed for a nickel album. All right, hang on. I'll bring you in to look at this so we can figure out which variety this is. Okay, this appears to be the small beads variety. I'm going to put a photo on up inside of this here. You can see that where the 2, Roman numeral 2 in Elizabeth, center of it aligns in between 2 of the beads. So this appears to be the small beads variety, which is far more common, but it's still an album find, which is really cool. And there we go, another album find in this hunt. Let's keep going through the rolls. Roll 27 of this box gives us another find, and it is another 1947 out of Philadelphia. Not a lot of finds in this box, been pretty sparse, but I have high hopes that the rest of this box will get close to the first box. And this second box is hunted. And it was terrible. Wow, this is one of the worst nickel boxes I've ever had. But it was followed by one of the better ones I've ever had. All right, so here's a summary for the second box. 2 from 1947, both from Philadelphia. 1941, also from Philadelphia. But we have these 2 side finds. A 1954 out of San Francisco, which is in pretty good shape. Look at this stunning 1967, though. Absolutely gorgeous. Too bad that the stairs have gotten the wear. It's really where the wear typically is. Could have been also a weak strike in the reverse. That's a pretty nice strike on the front. Maybe AU58 with original luster. And of course, in the first hunt, first box, box 19 of this hunt, we did find that 1943 out of Denver. That's a silver wartime nickel. And so we have this plastic nickel to represent the silver that we found. And we added to our 2023 silver finds. All right, well, collectors, thanks for watching. And as always, happy collecting. And keep an eye out for the video where we will use Nick-A-Date to try to find out what dates these two nickels are.